Today I'll take up the poem The Earthen Pots by Kurup, O.N.V. Kurup. Let me introduce him. O.N.V. Kurup is a prominent Malayalam poet, prose writer, and lyricist. His work speak on behalf of those in darkness and attempt to break the chains of tyranny and oppression. From 1946, when his first poem Munnotu was published, he has published prolifically, including works such as Ujjaini and even a collection of poems for children. I'll tell you a little bit about the poem. Kurup employs the symbol of earthen pots to talk about individuals who are seen as merely a mass and as lacking any significant value in themselves. The poet speaks about the ties that bind these pots together, their attachment to each other, and their sense of loss when one from their midst is taken away. He also examines the notion of their worthlessness and speculates on the possibility of unknown destinies which might just possibly include something momentous. Though the metaphor he uses is symbolically and consistently that of the mud pots, he imparts greater significance to this slight topic by equating the mud pots to human lives and thus enlarging and broadening its scope. So how does he enlarges the scope of the poem? He just takes a very commonplace thing like mud pots, but then he gives significance to these earthen pots by comparing those mud pots to human lives, and in this way he enlarges the scope of the poem. Though never stated outright, underlying the entire poem is the concept of man as essentially a thing of earth. So man is essentially a thing of earth. This is what he wants to say. you know this is one of the things that he wants to say through the poem. How long have we remained here thus, two empty earthen pots gazing at each other close by in the potter's yard? In this poem, in addition to exploring the theme of lack of identity, Kurup also examines the theme of unknown destiny. Throughout the poem, Kurup illustrates indistinguishable earth pots that are at the mercy of those customers who choose to buy them. So, he you know imagines as if the two empty earthen pots, they are looking at each other. They are lying close in the potter's yard, the place where potters have made the earthen pots, and the earthen pots are lying there. So he says that these earthen pots who are lying there, they are at the mercy of those customers who choose to buy them. The earthen pots question and discuss their destiny as they ponder what tomorrow will bring. So close that softly brushing against each other and not quite sure whether touching or not, gazing at each other in inexhaustible jest. So they are full of enthusiasm. They have not lost. Jest is enthusiasm. They have not their they have not lost their zeal, and they are not tired of waiting for the customers to select them and then buy them. So Guru portrays hundreds of earthen pots waiting for an unknown buyer to select them. He mentions that even the makers do not know who will buy each plot. After an unknown buyer selects their desired earthen pots, the other pots on the shelf collectively mourn the loss of the chosen pot. The poem ends with the poets questioning their destiny by asking, when does our turn come to depart, and when it comes, who would be the first to leave? The theme of unknown destiny relates to the other issues presented throughout the poem. The poets are not in control of their lives and are at the mercy of the customers. Unable to determine their own destiny, they passively, sit on the shelf and hope they are selected. This lack of control parallels the theme of subordination, worthlessness, and lack of identity. The poem speaks to the fact that the poets described in the poem lack identity and significant value given there are many poets about. The poet's Kurup, Kurup choice of words used in the poem speak to the theme of lack of identity or a search for identity. The words the following words identify the poet's search for identity and knowledge. Words like empty, not quite sure, inexhaustible, dismiss us, simply cheap, hundreds like us, woe, loss, and depart. The poet's story, as told within the lines of the poem, explain the fears, apprehensions, and self-doubt the poets feel as the weight to be chosen to be used. Not feeling any different from another, the poets seem to understand what it is like to fail to have an identity over having one. The poets also understand the difference between themselves and the golden goblets which are used for drinking wine. The pots have been dismissed by those who have chosen the goblets because of their contempt and scorn for the earthen pots. The pots therefore understand the social class structure, the worthlessness associated with being cheap and easily broken, and the lack of individual identity. So you notice, how the poet has, focused on the theme of class structure also by taking the image of the earthen pots, and he differentiates those earthen pots from golden goblets, glasses which are used for drinking red wine. May dismiss us. He's talking about rich people who dismiss the earthen pots. Us, the pronoun has been used for the earthen pots because the speakers in the poem are the earthen pots, and they say that they are dismissed in contempt, means rich people, they look down upon these earthen pots, and they don't use them, and extreme scorn, for we are made for the poor simple folk. We means the earthen pots, they say that they are made for the poor simple people and not for rich people who use golden, glasses in order to drink red wine. We are cheap and may easily break. And so he's talking about how, there's the difference, there's a difference between classes where there, makes a comparison between the earthen pots and the golden goblets. Golden goblets, they are symbolic of rich wealthy people, and earthen pots are, symbolic of poor people. True, yet we are good enough to store the blessed gift of earth, water clear and pure, within our hold, unpolluted, though we are mere earthen pots. But then, subtle, in a very subtle way, the poet brings in the theme of, the idea that man is essentially related or rooted in the soil, and so whether, the rich people use them or not, man is essentially, mingled with dust in the end also, and so there is no difference between rich and poor, all are mingled in the soil after death. And also, he is, bringing in the importance of man's being rooted in the soil, in the earth, when he talks that earthen pots are capable of holding water clean and pure, and this is the blessed gift of earth, that they are able to hold the water clean and pure. So earthen pots, they stand for you know purity, serenity, and also man's being deeply rooted in the earth, within our whole unpolluted, though we are mere earthen pots. The poet says, how does it matter that they are merely earthen pots? They are blessed with the gift of keeping, or holding water clean and pure, which is the most essential thing for human life. So in this way, you know he rejects the idea of using golden goblets by rich people, who use it just to show their wealth off. But in reality, he says earthen pots are more pure and more clear, and are doing this holistic task of holding the water. In this way, through the poem, he brings in the theme of a search for identity, where the common man is, looking for his identity, a search for identity, and also, he brings in the idea of, man's unknown destiny, that man doesn't know what is going to happen to him next. And also, he brings in the theme of class structures through the symbols of golden goblets and earthen pots. Thank you.